Hi BookTube, hi crafty friends, my name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. So for those of you who might be coming across this video in a search or something like that, who may not be familiar with my channel, who might be new here, welcome. I hope you'll subscribe. This is 90% bookish content. 90% of what I talk about here on this channel is book related. Back years and years ago, I used to have a knitting podcast. I was the Canadian knitter for anyone who used to watch back in the day. And I had that for about 5 years. And while I enjoyed it, towards the end, I just stopped enjoying it. I felt like I was trying to keep up with everybody else, you know, with the amount of acquisitions I was bringing in, with the amount of knitting I was getting done or crafting and things like that. And I just decided I wasn't enjoying it anymore and I stepped away. So then I started the BookTube channel and I really have enjoyed it. And my crafting kind of went to the wayside. I mean, I was still crafting, but not to the extent that I used to be. Like, it used to be all that I did, and reading was almost in second place, whereas reading has now become my focus again. I've been a reader since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, as they say. I mean, I don't remember not being a reader. And so reading has become my primary hobby again, and I love it. However, I still do really enjoy being creative and knitting and cross-stitching. So for a while, what I did was I kind of started a second channel again, Sarah Knits and Stitches, but it's just too much to keep up with 2 channels. I'm sorry. Everyone who can do it, kudos to you. I just couldn't do it. I'm like, you know what? Let's just put all the content in one place. So what I started to do then, and what I'd been doing for a long time, was when I do these kind of weekly reads videos, I would show my crafting at the end. But then I decided that, you know, to show it week to week, there's not a lot of progress, right? So what I'm going to try now is 1 video a month. It'll probably be like in the last week of the month at some point. I'm just going to sit down and do a crafty video. So for those of you who are here for bookish content, sorry for that long explanation. There will be no bookish content in this video. Of course, I will have bookish content, you know, coming up on the channel, but this video is strictly going to be crafty pursuits. So yeah, I am really, really happy about doing this. For those of you, again, who are here for the crafty stuff, please note that these videos will only be coming out once a month, but I still encourage you to subscribe if you're interested. I am an avid reader, avid reader. I love romance novels, but I also read everything. Like, I love a good cozy mystery. I love historical fiction, historical romance. I do read even some nonfiction. I kind of really read all over the map a little bit, but primarily I'm a romance reader. So all that big explanation at the beginning, let's get into the crafty stuff for the month of June. What did I do this month? I've already showed you guys some of the stuff towards the beginning of the month in some of my weekly reads videos, but I decided to like kind of start from where I'd ended off and just show you guys some stuff. So the first thing I got a little bit of work done is I'm going to show you guys my cross stitch first, and then we will get into my knitting, because I have gotten some knitting done over the last little while. So the first project here, and everything will be linked below, all the designers and patterns and all that stuff in case you guys are interested, is this pattern. It's a sampler, and this is called Winter Warmth, and it is by Little Dove Designs. It is so cute. I did go all the way across just to make sure that my piece of fabric was wide enough. So this is using all the called for floss, which is DMC. And I am using a 14 count Aida to do this in this like light gray color. This is a really, really cute pattern, but you see I've got a piece of, I didn't quite finish that off, but it's really, really looking adorable and I absolutely love it. So this is going to be a sampler and it's going to be roughly about, you know, yay big when it's done. So there's little sections. There's a section of mittens and then of sleds, and it says Winter Warmth. And this is part of a series. So she's got 4 of these, 1 for each season. So eventually I'd like to get all of them done because I think they're so cute and they're a really fun and easy stitch. So highly recommend this one. It is super, super adorable. Again, it will all be linked in the description box below. So yeah, so there's that first project that I did get some work on this week. So let me put that over there. The next one, this is on a much bigger piece of fabric. This is also 14 count Aida, but it's from Picture This Plus. And it's the fabric is the colorway Haunted, I believe. So this is the Zodiac pattern. This is the Zodiac Sampler, and it is by Cloud Factory. And this was a year-long stitch-along a number of years ago, and I've had the pattern since then. Finally, I found the perfect piece of fabric to do this one on. So there's what I have done so far. This is going to be massive. So this is on 14 count. I personally, I'm older. I'm in my early 40s, and my eyesight is not what it used to be. I mean, I do have glasses. I'm supposed to wear them all the time. I do take them off for these videos just because I don't like the glare. However, 14 count seems to be what works for me. And if that means that my patterns are going to end up being bigger, then so be it. I'd rather enjoy the stitching process of it than be struggling. And originally I had been using an 18 count, like in a navy, because it's supposed to be like the night sky and like more like the color of my shirt. And I just couldn't do it. My poor eyes just couldn't take it. So I ended up buying this piece of fabric from Picture This Plus from 123 Stitch Guys. It's huge. Let me just... The pattern is not going to be that big. It's probably going to be about that big, but it's still going to be a massive pattern. So essentially what it is, let me fold it up a little bit so I can show it to you guys just a little bit better here. Essentially what it is the Zodiac, exactly as the pattern name suggests. And it is, sorry, bear with me here. So there we go. That's what I have done so far. So this is the corner piece, and this is the first little dude, if you will. So essentially what it's going to be is it goes all the way around in a circle. So you'll get this little image showing the Zodiac, you know, a little character, and then you get the actual star, like what the constellation looks like. And then in this next one that I've already started is going to be the symbol. And then it goes down, and then in the center of the whole thing is going to be like the phases of the moon and all the planets. And then you'll have this kind of bevel design all the way around. It's really, really gorgeous, you guys. You need to check out this pattern. It is absolutely beautiful. Again, I'm using all the called for floss, which is, no, I'm not using all the called for floss, but it's all DMC. The only one that I changed. So originally in the pattern, this gold color is supposed to be that metallic thread. And when I first started doing the pattern, I had bought it and I was using it. And oh my gosh, you guys, I think I used one strand of it and I was so frustrated. I did not want to pick up the piece anymore. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that to myself. For me, I love the finished piece in a cross stitch picture, but you guys will notice I start a lot of things. For me, I am definitely a process cross stitcher. I love just the process of cross stitching. I want the finished product. However, the process for me is what's really, really enjoyable. And if I'm not enjoying stitching it, I'm not going to stitch on it. So I just found a really nice gold color. I think this is 740 or 720 something, or it might even be 38 something. I'll put the number right here in case you guys are curious, but that's what I used instead of that gold color. The other thing is too, guys, is you use this a lot. This is the most used color in the entire piece. I use the Pattern Keeper software and I have this pattern loaded in. I think it's something like 2,000 or 3,000 stitches you use this for. And that gold color, as beautiful as it is a more expensive floss. Let's be real. So it's going to cost you a bit more to do something like that, right? Yeah, you lose some of the sparkle. However, I still feel that it really works. So I'm very, very happy with that one. So that is the other pattern that I am currently working on. And then the last thing that I am currently working on, or cross stitch wise, is the Walk Fast pattern by Lindy Stitches. This was gifted to me, this pattern, by one of my very, very good friends, Rainy, over at Rainy Day Reads. I'll leave a link to her channel below. For you crafty people out there, she also does crafting related videos. Both her and I knit and cross stitch. So we kind of bonded over books and crafting. But yeah, like I said, this is by Lindy Stitches. So this is what I have done so far. Let me sit back a little bit. So this is another sampler. Again, I'm doing 14 count. In this light pink color. It's not going to take up all of this piece, but I just got the big piece. And this is actually a Golden Girls quote. So I am a huge, huge fan of the Golden Girls. And the quote is, you can lead a herring, it's like, okay, so you can read it over the top. It says, it's like that old Scandinavian saying, you can lead a herring to water, but you have to walk fast or he'll die. And it's just this really kind of whimsical sampler with these like cranes and this boat and this like cross tree thing. And the border on this whole thing is so intricate and it's so pretty, but it's a bit of a pain in the butt to do. And I sent a picture of this to Rainey the other day, and I had done this much, like going down here of the actual border. And then I said to Rainey, I needed a break. So I went over and started doing this stuff. She's like, I completely understand. The border is beautiful and it's intricate. However, it does take a little bit to to actually stitch. So Lindy Stitches actually has a YouTube channel as well, so I'll link to her channel as well as to this pattern. So definitely go and check it out. It's really, really cute, you guys. Very, very whimsical. A lot of fun, and I am really enjoying stitching on this one. I really seem to be into the samplers lately. There's just something about getting like something done. Like, you know, you finish the crane and you just feel like you finished something, right? Or the tree thing. It's like, oh, look, I got that done, right? As opposed to one of those huge, huge pictures where you just feel like you're stitching forever and not seeing, you're seeing some progress, but not as much progress as you normally would, right? So yeah, so this one has been a ton of fun. And now on to the knitting, you guys. So yeah, very excited. I haven't picked up knitting in a good long while, and I've just been in the mood lately. So what I actually have, for anyone who's curious, is I have an app on my phone that is like a spinning wheel. Like you put choices on the wheel and you spin the wheel and it picks something. So generally what it is with my crafting is that I'll pick something up and I'll usually stitch or knit on it for like 3 days. And after about 3 or 4 days, I start to be like, okay, I want to do something else now. I need something different. And I'll spin the wheel again and get a random project project. So that's how I decide what I'm stitching on or knitting on next. And my sock yarn blanket happened to come up, and I haven't touched this thing in forever. So I picked it up to start working on it again. Random needle. I am in the middle of a square, so I apologize, but let me try and show you anyway. So this thing is all kinds of massively huge. There's the end. Okay. So I have been working on this sock yarn blanket for probably 5 years. I'm not even exaggerating. You know, and it's going to be massive. It's going to be 40 squares wide by 40 squares tall. So I have the 40 across. So I don't even know if I can, oh, come here. You go over there. Okay, so. Will this even, I don't even think this will show the whole thing. So there's one end. Here's the other end. Here's, hello. There's the blanket. I absolutely love it, you guys, but it is heavy. It is so heavy, and it's just going to keep getting heavier and heavier. So I actually finished another row while I was working on this one. So I finished this row off, and I have started a new row. So sorry for the ends that need to be woven in. So this is the new row that I've started. There's 2, and then I'm adding one here, one right here. So, oh, where is that? Did I, where's that ball of yarn? Uh-oh. Oh, it's still in the bag. So let me see here. So there is no rhyme or reason to the balls of yarn that I have here, you guys. I am reusing balls of yarn. You know, like if I have enough left to put another square in, I'll just add it elsewhere in the blanket. The only thing I try to do is not put 2 colors together, like 2 of the same yarn side by side. And I'm knitting these on a US 0 needle. So these are tiny. And I think they work out to be 2 inches by 2 inches squared, I think. I'm not absolutely certain, but this is just much like the samplers for the cross stitch. It's just so nice to finish a square and be like done with it, right? Like, oh, I finished that, you know, and then you can put the blanket away, kind of an idea. So I do want to go back and finish this one off. But yeah, I love this. I mean, this has yarns in it that my friends have gifted me. This has yarns in it of socks that I have knit or other projects that I have knit with sock yarn. So essentially, I don't remember, it's a mitered square blanket if you're looking it up. I think Shelley King had a pattern on Ravelry. I will try and link to it below, but it's been a long time. I don't even know if it's still on there. But essentially, it was a free pattern, so I'm not giving anything away. So essentially for me, I'm doing like a 33 stitch square. So essentially you cast on 33 stitches, right? And if you're attaching it, you literally pick up the stitches from 1 and you just knit it so they're all attached, right? And so it's essentially what you do is you knit across, and then when you get back, you're like, you knit 15, slip one. It's a 3. It's a center double decrease that you do. Pardon me. It's been so long since I've talked knitting. Since I've talked technical knitting. So like for like this square, for example, like knitting it, it's like you knit 15, and then you do the center double decrease, which for me, you can do that in several different ways. You can knit 3 together, or knit 2 together. No, knit 3 together, because you'd be losing 2 stitches. What I do is I slip the first stitch, then I knit 2 together, then I pass the slip stitch over. And it gives this really nice line in the center, I find. So I really like that one. And then you knit straight across till the end. And then you knit back across the back, and then you do 14, center double decrease, 14. Knit across the back, 13, center double decrease, 13. So you're constantly going down 1 stitch each row that you do. And it ends up making it like a little, come on, like a little point like that. So yeah. They're a lot of fun to stitch. And the thing is, you don't have to do this blanket on sock yarn. If you have like a lot of like DK weight or worsted weight, you can still do the pattern. It's just the square is going to end up being bigger because you're using bigger yarn, right? So you could make a really pretty mitered square blanket in like worsted weight if you just went to Michael's and just bought some great acrylic yarn and did a big blanket and just attached them all together. It would be fantastic. So if anyone wants more information on how I do it, please do let me know, and I'll try and explain a bit better in the comment section below. So that is the sock yarn blanket of crazy pants. So the last thing that I want to show you guys, I have to put that away, is I pulled back out my shawl. So this is my 3rd Free Your Fade shawl by Andrea Mowry, or Drea Renee Knits, I think is what she goes by. And yeah, like I said, 3rd time I've knit this shawl. This is just such a relaxing knit for me, and I love this shawl. I have, I don't know if you can even see them back there. I've got 2 of them overhanging on the back of my door. One is in shades of purple, from light to dark, and then the other one is blue and silver. And then this is going to be more of like a fall aesthetic color. So here is what I have started. Now, it's been a while since I've showed you guys this, like on my booktube channel, but there's where I was the last time I showed you guys. So I'm going to have to move that marker up so we can see any progress that we get done. But it's a beautiful, beautiful shawl. So essentially what it does is it fades from one color to the next. So this will be 3 colors in this shawl. So this is the first color, and then it's going to fade into that, and then it's going to fade into that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's going to be so pretty when it's all done. And these are my most worn shawls, which is why I want to knit another one. I knit 10 of these in all different colors because I would literally wear them every single day. And you know, it's like when you go shopping and you find like a pair of pants that you absolutely love, and you go back and buy a pair in like every color you can get your hands on because they fit you well, because you feel you look good in them. It's the exact same with this pattern. So the yarn for this first bit is from a company, a Canadian company called Smash Knits. I will leave a link to her below. Smash Knits. So there it is. This was part of her Outlander club. I belonged to the club earlier this year, and then my husband lost his job, unfortunately. So, you know, financial reasons. I do not have the tag. What a bad podcaster, floss tuber person I am. I cannot remember, but it is Smash Knits, and like I said, it was a club exclusive colorway. And then the second ball is going to be from my favorite indie designer or dyer. She doesn't dye yarn anymore, and that is Sunrise Fiber Company. Oh, I loved her yarn, and this colorway is called, is it a no name? Iris in the Fog is what this one is called. And then the last one is going to be, as I already showed you guys, another Smash Knits. And this one is the February color. So this was January. And it's in Gaelic, I think. But it's from Outlander. So that's, focus. That's, focus please. There we go. That is the colorway. Very, very pretty. So I like it a lot. I am really enjoying working on this one. So yeah. So anyway, guys, that's it. Not a terribly long little video. I don't have any new stash or anything at all like that to show you guys. I haven't really gotten anything lately. because I haven't been buying crafty related stuff. I mean, I might pick up a bit of floss here and there for some of my cross stitch projects. I did just recently order some more fabric from a dyer on Etsy, so I will remember to show you guys that next month when I do this video again. Let me know, did you guys enjoy this? Did you like me kind of getting into this a bit more than I normally would? I'll probably have a lot more to show you guys in July, because this was just like half a month's worth of what I've been crafting on, kind of an idea. So do let me know in the comments below. And until my next video, everybody, take care, happy reading, happy knitting, and happy cross stitching. Talk to you guys later. Bye.